So, Dan, you mentioned earlier that you used AI throughout the creation of Chessferatu, but you also emphasized that human judgment, taste, and verification become more important, not less, when AI is involved, which I think is so important for all the listeners that I have to hear this. So, where did AI genuinely help your creative process, and where did you find that you still needed to step in and make human decisions during that process?
So I think the best analogy, the one that pops into my head right now that we're talking about it, is like if I'm designing a house and the house needs to get built, like I don't care what color the fence is. I don't care what painting technique you use on the fence. I care about where the fence is located. I care you right. Like there are things that it doesn't matter if I'm there to make the decision. It doesn't matter. You're not going to screw it up as long as that fence gets painted up and down, left to right, air gun, brush, does it splash it on. I don't care. I just want right. But if you're going to decide that you want the fence 20 feet tall, now all of a sudden, hold on, why am I not consulted on that? Right. Um, it working with AI all the way start to finish, generative AI on a project. If you have a vision and you're following it, you're almost forced to see like where the important parts are as you struggle and fight with the AI to actually get what you want. Everybody can tell if the AI wrote the whole story. Nobody, right? Everybody can tell that, right? However, if you're using like, and a story is a great example. Like I may think, oh, hey, right now I want to write a story about a monster under the bed. If I just say, ChatGPT, write me a story about a monster under the bed, it'll do it. But if I say, hey, ChatGPT, I'm writing a story about a monster under the bed, interview me and ask me all the questions you need to know about writing this whole story. All of a sudden, I've changed the dynamic of the tool to default to me in the operator's seat. And then I'm using the tool to make sure all of the boxes get checked. That's to me one of that's I hope all your listeners can adapt that right away. Like use the interview method. Don't have it unless you're literally like, I need to brainstorm a list of word ideas. Like I want some wordplay. Yeah, right. Like brainstorming a giant word cloud. That's one thing. AI is great for that. If you just need bulk, like massive, like, oh, I just want variations, and then let me look and I'll make one. Like it's good at that. But otherwise, like have it interview you, and it forces the tool to keep you in the driver's seat. Because the more you use generative AI, the more I feel like whatever you're using it for, whether it's programming, making a recipe, or writing a story, actually these days probably making a flyer, right?
Right.
Right. That's that's a good example. Like painting the fence. Like I know there's a lot of graphic design people out there, and go ahead and hate on me all you want. But like if I need a flyer, the lowest hanging fruit ChatGPT flyer is probably all I need. Right. Like I hate to say that, but like it's just a piece of paper to get an easy visual message out. Right. It's just
Right.
it's the meme version of marketing. Right. Here's my flyer. Um, but at the same time, if you are particular, like you can see the lack of human input in that lowest fruit flyer, right? Like
Right.
if
Absolutely.
I guarantee if you say make the flyer or you say interview me about how to make the flyer, those two outputs, one's going to be a lot closer to what a human would have come up with all on their own, right? The other one is going to look like every flyer out there right now just being thrown up on a bar wall, right? That's where we're at.
Exactly.